Hello and welcome to Business 2020 News. A great day for the markets with the Sensex closing at a new record high. But we're also in the middle of results season, and SR Ports has come out with its earnings. Profit after tax coming in at 97.4 crore rupees versus 80.5 crore rupees on a year-on-year basis. Total income coming in at 685 crore rupees versus 344 crore rupees on a year-on-year basis. To talk to us about the earnings, we're joined by Mr. Rajiv Agarwal, Managing Director of SR Ports. Mr. Agarwal, thank you so much for joining us on NDTV Profit. It's been a good quarter where we've seen strong top-line growth coming through. What do you attribute to this kind of performance that you've seen? Is it because of the pickup in exports that we've seen?
Well, there is a one-time number which is due to some exports that we had done, which is a 300 crore number. Apart from that, there is a 14% growth in the revenue top line, which is for port-related services. From 348 crores we have gone up to 398 crores, so there's a healthy 14% growth on the top line, and which is mainly due to the growth in the cargo, and we expect that this should go a little further up in the next coming half. We see that the overall numbers for the port traffic was sluggish in the last few years, has now started showing some growth because the iron ore exports which were banned had resulted in a major dip in the overall cargo, but now we find that that has bottomed out, and coal imports have increased quite appreciably, resulting in good growth in the overall numbers, and other segments like petroleum and oil products and containers also are growing steadily. So we expect that overall growth in the cargo and in the port traffic is going to be again back to at least 5 to 6%, so which will help the port operators like us.
And Mr. Agarwal, can you tell us what was that one time that you have booked in this quarter, and did it have an impact on the profitability as well?
No, not much, not any significant contribution to the profitability. It was basically to meet the export obligation that we had towards in the company, and there will be some exports which we have done in this quarter, and some which we will be doing again in the next quarter to complete the export obligation, and it's not really may not be really an ongoing activity.
What was the kind of tonnage that you handled, and what is the outlook for the quarters ahead in this financial year?
We handled about 13 million tons during the quarter, and overall about 27.08 million tons for the first half. We are expecting that for this financial year we will be handling about 58 million tons. So that's the target for this year.
What about your cost? We have seen some fuel price hikes also coming through. Have costs remained steady, or do you see an uptick there as well?
The costs, we are maintaining the EBITDA margins at about 81%, which is in line with what we have been at for a few quarters, and we expect this to be maintained. So costs we have kept in check, so there is no worries on the cost front, and we expect our EBITDA margins to be maintained in times to come.
Mr. Agarwal, can you also tell us what is the outlook when it comes to your profitability? Do you expect to improve this? The margins that you spoke of are very healthy, but can you maintain them?
Yeah, we should be able to maintain it, and as far as outlook is concerned, we are seeing that some of the approvals which were long awaited, we are now seeing that we should be able to get those and get going with some of the projects which were moving a bit slowly. So Salaya, our coal terminal, we should be able to complete by December of 2014, and also on the coal terminal in Paradeep. We expect that the work should get started maybe next quarter. So as a result, we expect in the next 2 years all the pending projects should get completed. Likewise, Vizag Outer Harbour concession, which we had won, we hope to sign during the coming quarter, and which will start giving revenues by the end of this financial year. So all these will contribute to the numbers in the times to come. We are expanding our capacity from 104 million tons to about 120 million tons by end of this fiscal, and going to about 180 million tons in the next 2 years. So with that additional capacity, the capacity utilization in terms of tonnage would also go up, and which will of course bring additional revenue and better profitability.
All right, Mr. Agarwal, thank you so much for joining us on NDTV Profit and sharing with us more details about the earnings posted by SR Ports. Let's keep the momentum with the earnings. Union Bank of India came out with its earnings for the second quarter. Interest income moved up by 5.6% to 1,954 crore rupees. Profit after tax